Hello, researchers. At this time, you should have an approved topic and also access to your Noodle Tools account. If you have this all straight, it's time to find some sources. This video is about how to find credible book sources and how to create source cards for those sources. Remember, ultimately, you will need 2 book sources, 3 magazine sources, 3 newspaper sources, and 2 website sources. Well, let's get started with finding credible book sources. I am at destiny.pike.k12.in.us. This is, of course, the site that houses all of the libraries in Pike Township. We're going to go to Pike High School. I'm going to go ahead and log in just in case I need to hold a book or go to the electronic book database. I will enter my username, and it is the same as I use for logging into my computer at school and then also my big campus. So now that I'm in, I will type in a search word that pertains to my research topic, my approved research topic. Let's say that it is human trafficking. So I'll click on that, and I see that there are some good results, and I've already looked through these. I know that the book titles or the call numbers are true, and then the books with call letters are fiction. This will be a good one because it's nonfiction, which means that it's true information. So I'll read the description or summary for that book. If I'm not at school, I'll go ahead and hold that book. So I'll click on that, but I'm not going to do it because I don't want to stop anyone from getting this book. So I'll click hold if I do want it. Otherwise, I'll go to the shelf if I'm at school and retrieve the book and check it out. Now that I know that this is a good book, I'm going to go to Noodle Tools and create a source card for it. So I'll click on the project 2014 senior research paper. Of course, I have my probing questions in, and I'm going to go to Works Cited so that I can create a source card. This is a book, so I'll click on Book and create the citation. And there are 2 ways to enter the information. I'll click on Continue because I know it's just a straight book. And that's by the ISBN number or by entering the information manually. Since I do have an ISBN number, I'm going to go to it either through Destiny, or if you have the tangible book in hand, you could take a look at the back and type in the ISBN number in the field. And this time I'm just going to copy and then paste that number into the field here and search. And this looks like my book. Just to make sure, I'll click there and retrieve the cover image so that I can see that it's the same as the one in Destiny. Yes, it is. And then I'll go ahead and import this selected source. The fields have been filled in for me, and once I'm satisfied that everything looks correct, I'll hit continue. And then we'll come to this, and the fields are filled in, and all I need to do is write my annotation. If you're not sure what an annotation is, you'll click on this to read what an annotation is, and you could do a critical one. So based on your probing questions, you're going to write a 2 to 3 sentence summary of the source concerning your probing question or questions. So whatever this particular source addresses, you'll type that in this field. Once that is complete, then you'll click on Submit, and there you will have one source card. There it is. Now, let's go ahead and do a second source card. For this one, either you can choose another book within Destiny if available, or if you see an ebook, you could go to Follett Shelf. And I know that there aren't any books on human trafficking, so another topic that might have been approved is child labor. So I'll type that in. And I already have looked at this book, so I'm going to go ahead and create a source card for it. And of course, it gives a summary here. And then, of course, you could peruse through it. You could check it out so that you can have it available to you. And then I'm going to open the book. And I've already went through some of the information. Actually, I'm going to go back. And let me see if I can go back. I'm going to go out of this and go to Follett Shelf again. Go to child labor. Child labor. And I'm going to open the book. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to Noodle Tools and create a new citation. And this is a book. And this is going to be a little bit different and involved because this is actually an anthology collection. And the reason that I know that is because if I take a look at the table of content, I can see that there are different chapters written by different authors. So this is an anthology. So I'll need to make sure in Noodle Tools that I click that is an anthology collection. And then also that is an ebook. And then I'll fill in these fields. So this is based on the specific work. So for this particular book, I'm going to use the information about Brazil. So first I'll choose enter that information. So the author of that particular chapter or selection is Elizabeth. So I'll type in her name. Her middle name is Kim Jin, and her last name is Traver. And then the specific work title is Brazil. That's the name of the chapter. And the original work is 2004. 2004. Now, in some of the anthologies, if you go to the actual work, it might have information down at the bottom that lets you know when the book was originally, or that particular piece was originally published. So you'll need to use that information, or it might be up here. Okay? And sometimes some tangible books, non-ebooks, will have the same thing. So make sure that you look for that. All right, now I'm going to go to the anthology, and the actual page number where it starts is page 25 or 27, and it ends on page 38. Then I'll enter the contributors to it. There are actually 3 editors for this, so I'm going to type in all of their names, starting with the first one, Catherine. The last name is, I think it's Smits. And then I'll add another contributor, and it's an editor. And the second editor is Elizabeth, who is actually just so happens to be the author of the piece that I'm choosing, Kim Jin Traver. Uh-oh. There we go. Make that correction there. And then the third editor is Desi, no middle name, so I'll skip that. And the last name is Larson. All right, then the title of the anthology is called Child Labor. And then title of volume, that's not given. The publisher is actually Greenwood Press, and the publication city is Westport, and the year that it was published is 2004. There's no edition or series name. And then of course you'll type a 2 to 3 sentence summary of the chapter concerning the probing or research questions. So of course, if the piece does not answer any of your probing or research questions, then it's not a good source. All right, then you'll hit submit, and as I hit submit, you will see that I will have a total of 2 source cards for my books. So there's the one I just completed, and this is the one that I did first. And just to go back, where I got all that information was pretty much the front of the book. So here's some information here. First, here are the editors. That's the publisher and the city where it was published. And then I got the publication date here. I'll zoom in so you can see it. Copyrighted 2004. First published in 2004. Well, there you have it, folks. You have 2 source cards and 2 sources so far. Go ahead and enter your information. Check out and enter your information. And then the next step will be to find 3 magazine sources. Happy researching!